and then I put it online. It was Tampa in Love is what the...
Tampa in Love. Now, did you guys highlight any type of Twinkies and cream wheat? Or... No, just kidding.
That was on a special.
The views and opinions expressed by our guests are their own and do not reflect the views, positions, or endorsements of the Skittle Squad Podcast or its hosts.
Welcome to the Skittle Squad Podcast. My name is David Smith, and I'm here with my fantastic co-host.
I'm Paul Piper.
Hey, Paul, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. So peace, love, and tacos, huh?
Yeah. I
peace,
love tacos.
love, tacos. Do you have a favorite taco place?
I do, actually. Miguel's is my favorite.
Okay.
Mexican place to go to.
Yes.
I go there all the time. I've had my birthday there.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of tacos do you get when you go there? Do you have a favorite type of taco?
Not really.
No?
I mean, I like them all. The other place I like, have you ever been to Bar Taco before?
No, I've heard of it.
Bar Taco is in Hyde Park.
Okay.
And they serve mini tacos. So you can mix and choose what you want.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a flight of tacos.
Right.
Oh, that's
so you
fun.
can choose different ones.
We should go there.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely. I love that
fun.
place.
Okay, Bar Taco.
Yeah, Bar Taco.
Okay, and it's you said it's in Hyde Park?
Hyde Park.
And that's in Tampa.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've been to Miguel's with you a couple of times.
Yeah, Miguel's is great.
God, they have the best queso dip with the tortilla chips.
They do, and they have a really good margarita or drink.
The margaritas are ridiculous.
Yeah, that D made up.
Yeah, we were there with D Rose. If you've seen D on our show, and we did have some
concoction that D thought up.
It was
and
really
had the bartender
good.
make, and it was great.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah. They have some great food there. So we're kind of heading into the holiday season.
Yes.
Thanksgiving. Any Thanksgiving dishes that you like, or any favorites, or?
Thanksgiving, when I was a kid, Thanksgiving was a big deal.
Okay.
Because, I had grandparents that lived in the same town I did.
Okay.
So we would have Thanksgiving at their house.
Mm-hmm.
And then my father's parents lived in Missouri. So we would have Thanksgiving in town, and then we would drive over to Missouri and have Thanksgiving with that set of grandparents.
Right.
So it was always a really cool thing to do. Now it's I just don't really get into it all that much.
Right.
Although I look at it more as a day to get together with friends.
Yeah.
And
that makes
kind
sense.
of bond and celebrate and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So this year we're going to a friend of ours' house for Thanksgiving.
Nice.
And not as big a deal as it used to be,
Right.
in the childhood times.
Yeah.
But
Do you have a favorite dish?
not really.
No.
I mean,
Because some people die over the macaroni and cheese.
Nah.
Some people love green bean casserole, which I love. I usually, if I go to a Thanksgiving dinner, I bring green bean casserole. Also deviled eggs.
deviled eggs are good.
Love deviled eggs.
Yeah.
I've made deviled eggs for the Thanksgiving dinner I went to last year. But and then turkey. I mean, who doesn't love turkey?
Yeah, everybody loves turkey.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then, of course, desserts.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Thanksgiving dessert?
I mean, I almost feel like you have to have pumpkin pie.
Yeah. You go to Costco, you get the big
yeah.
pie that costs
Yeah.
$7.
But, when I eat pumpkin pie, I have to have a half gallon of Cool Whip on it.
So in the blue
ratio,
container or the Ready Whip, the one that you spray?
the blue container.
The blue container.
So the ratio of pie to whipped cream is way overportioned. For sure.
So you'd have 3 servings of whipped cream,
Yeah.
1 piece of.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
absolutely. You can't even see the pie.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's how my dad was. When I was growing up, if we had pie, we would have whipped cream, but the Ready Whip can.
Yeah.
And he would always tell my mom, pour it on thick and rich. And she would get so mad. Year after year, that would happen. Anyway, yeah. So yeah. And then they also have, there's mincemeat pie.
No,
Have you ever had mincemeat pie before?
No.
Okay, mincemeat pie. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
Is that a thing here? I feel like that's a London thing.
I mean, I grew up in Ohio, and that we always had mincemeat pie at
Really?
at Thanksgiving and maybe Christmas too. Do you have a dishwashing schedule that Rick implements during Thanksgiving?
Oh, here we go.
Well, luckily it sounds like this year you don't have Thanksgiving at your house, so you're going to be okay.
We don't have
Is he
to
preparing
worry
a
about
dish?
No. We don't have to prepare a dish
You're
or anything like that.
totally
We just have to show
off
up.
the hook this year.
But no, not totally, because we're having the open house retirement party in December.
Oh my gosh.
And that I will have to do, I'm going to bribe our housekeeper to do all the dishes for us because she'll be there.
Oh, perfect.
So, yeah.
Good.
So I'll pay you a little bit extra if you take care of the dishes, because otherwise I'll be stuck in the kitchen all night long.
Well, that's what I was just going to say,
Yeah.
because I'll be there and I was going to say, I guess I'll just hang out with you in the kitchen near the dishwasher.
Right. Because I will be glued to it at that. And I want to enjoy
Yes.
the time. I don't want to be stuck in the kitchen.
You have a lot of folks coming. You need to enjoy.
Yeah, there's a lot of people coming to this thing.
You need to enjoy.
I knew Rick was so popular.
Rick is very popular. He really, really is. I know. Now, I saw Rick just recently, and it was funny because he had mentioned to me that the dishes had been in the dishwasher for 2 hours before you removed them.
No, it's longer than that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's longer than that.
'Cause
he wants them
okay.
to be emptied right away.
Yeah.
But the more he nags about me emptying the dishwasher, the longer it takes for me to actually
Got it. Okay.
unload the dishwasher.
Yeah, maybe he had reminded you after 2 hours. There was a 2-hour thing.
I will literally, if he nags at me too much and I'm in the mood, I will wait 1 or 2 days before I empty it.
Well, there's really no rush. I mean, the only thing that you're going to do when you empty the dishwasher is save the world.
Right. Right. And how many times can you save the world,
Right, it's exhausting.
in a year? It's exhausting.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that at least for Thanksgiving you're off the hook.
Yeah, I am off the hook for Thanksgiving.
And then hopefully Shelley, your housekeeper, can just help you with the holiday party.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, for sure.
Yeah.
So speaking of food,
Yes.
do you have any strange food combinations that you
you're gonna
like?
think this is really, really weird. When I was growing up,
Mm-hmm.
I always spent weekends at my grandparents'. Before we went to church every Sunday, my grandmother would make breakfast before we went. And she would make cream of wheat. Do you know cream of wheat?
Yeah, of course.
So she would make cream of wheat, and it's a Midwestern thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then she would give me a Twinkie with it.
Oh,
So I would dump my Twinkie into the cream of wheat
right.
and eat my Twinkie that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as you got older and you became an adult, did you ever dunk your Twinkie in anything else?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Just cream of wheat. Got it.
No.
Well, that joke was just laying right there, so I had
I
to
left
pick
myself
that up.
wide open for that one. Okay. So, but it actually is good.
Okay.
Have you had pineapple on pizza before?
I have. I'm not a big fan.
See,
Are
I
you?
love it.
Are you?
Yeah, I
You
love
it.
pineapple
Is
on
it just
pizza.
that sweet kind of salty combination with
I
the
don't
cheese?
know.
Or?
It just works for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
you order a pizza, what are your ideal toppings?
Oh, well, if I'm ordering pizza,
Yeah.
it's usually sausage and cheese. I don't
Oh,
put
okay.
a lot of
Okay.
stuff on my pizza
Yeah.
because, I'm allergic to vegetables, obviously, so I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to put any vegetables on my pizza.
All right.
I hate
okay.
mushrooms. I hate onions.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So,
Okay.
it's going to be straight.
Now, are you a
Cheese
spicy type of guy? Do you like spicy foods?
It depends.
Okay.
I used to be able to eat really spicy stuff, but the older I get,
Okay.
the more it's
Not as much.
I can't do it anymore. Right.
Now, it was funny because I used to not be able to tolerate spicy, and then when I had COVID in 21, now I love spicy food.
Oh.
Yeah, it totally changed my taste
That's
buds.
weird.
Yeah, so now
Okay.
I'm now I can eat spicy food and really enjoy it, where before I hated it. So.
Yeah, no, I can't do it like I used to be able to do it.
Strange food combinations. Let me think. Strange. I did go through a period of time where I would put peanut butter with anything.
Anything?
I was a huge peanut butter fan. The chunky peanut butter, but the natural peanut butter.
Yeah.
So I would put that on apples, pretzels. I would eat it directly from the jar. Yeah.
I don't think that's too.
I guess it's not that strange.
Yeah, it's not
I don't
too
really have
strange.
anything too strange as far as like strange
Not
food
like the cream of wheat and
combinations.
Twinkies.
Yeah, I don't put my Twinkie in cream of wheat. So anyway, I didn't think that you were going to be putting Twinkies in cream of wheat today, but there you go. You never know what could
Maybe
come
we'll
up.
find some Twinkies at cocktail later, and we can dip them in cream of wheat.
Yeah, we could. Okay. It's possible. You just never know what could happen there. You just never know. All right. Well, I think this would be a great time to bring on our guest.
I think so.
So our guest is Dave Borman. Please stay tuned and we'll be back in just a moment.
Like, follow, and subscribe to the Skittle Squad Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and all social media platforms.
Today we're talking with someone who's been amplifying LGBTQ plus voices long before hashtags and algorithms ruled the internet. As the founder of Tampa Bay Gay, the go-to hub for queer entertainment, events, and resources, welcome Dave Borman.
Dave,
Thank you.
Does
Thank
that
you
make
for being
you seem
here.
old?
Hearing it like that, absolutely. Yeah, but then I'm like, I've had the website for 24 years, and I'm like, that does make me sound old.
Did we have
Like, it's
internet
just-
then?
We were still laying the bricks, literally.
Well, it's so funny because you launched Tampa Bay Gay in 2001, way before MySpace, before Facebook, before TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah.
What really inspired you to start it all?
So I kind of wanted to get away from, so I was working in the media field for a while and was not happy with the way things were, just not the way I was being treated, the way the business is, very cutthroat, very, out for your own type of thing. They give you all these promises, you're going to do these stories and you have this freedom to do that, and then it's like, no.
Wow.
This is what you need to do. Follow this. You
okay.
can put your own spin on it, but make sure it follows exactly what. And your room for your own thing is about 20 seconds.
Wow.
So hello and goodbye. That's
Wow.
about your own
Okay.
space. Everything else is just and that's not what I wanted. That's not what I went to school for. That's not what I learned. I wanted that freedom to be able to do what I want.
Mm-hmm.
So I left that industry. Kind of was focused on wanting to do my own thing, and noticed that the internet was starting, up, and that I'd go to these gay bars and clubs and community spaces, and I'd find Watermark Out or Watermark Magazine,
Right.
and I was like, oh, this is great. Look at this. This is awesome. You got pictures in the community. You've got all this, that, the other, but what if I don't go to the bars? How do I find out about doctors? How do I find out about attorneys? How do I find out what's going on at this event?
Okay.
Yeah. How do we get that information? Or what if I'm in the closet and I don't want to be in those spaces? I'm scared of those spaces,
Okay.
Which was kind of where I was in the very beginning before I came out. I was I wanted to go be seen in a gay bar or anything like that. I was terrified I'd be outed. My biggest solution to the problem was find something online. Like, can we put the directory online? Like, why aren't we doing like Yellow Pages or something like that? Like, why aren't we doing something to that effect?
Right.
And sure enough, I just got my ideas together. I was in school for digital art and technology, and just started. That was like my senior project, and I just kept working and working on it. And I used to have tons of. I used to do personals and all kinds of things. And, and just kind of feel what was people wanted. Back then personals online was big. Now it's like, who uses personals? They all go on their phone and get Grindr.
Right. Oh my God.
So, like, we just had this conversation with Rick. Were you there?
Yeah, we were talking about what exactly?
Rick was talking about when he was dating, he would do personal ads.
Oh,
and I was like,
that's right.
Oh my God, that's like so Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Because they used to run personal ads in newspapers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then I put it online. It was Tampa in Love is what the .com.
Tampa in Love.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And it was.
Now, did you guys highlight any type of Twinkies and cream wheat? Or? No, just kidding.
That was on a special area of the. Paul ran that department.
Oh, got you. Okay.
So it was. I really wanted to solve that problem of having a community-based resource that wasn't in a club or a nightclub, and there wasn't anything available like that. So, so I just started going business to business, saying, hey, listen, at the time we did link sharing. So it was like, I'll put your link on my website, you put my link on your website, and we'll share things. And then it got to, I was going out and taking pictures, and at the time it was very select because we didn't have digital cameras like we do now. Wow. So it was, take pictures, go get it developed, scan it, put it online.
Right. Oh, I love that.
It was so much. So it was really different. So the website's evolved so much over the 24 years that I've had.
Oh, I would imagine.
It's still been very active. We get about 45,000 visitors to the front page.
Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah.
So, going back to the personals, I just have to wonder, I wonder if anyone's still together from meeting on your site.
So funny you said that. So my email list has never changed.
Okay.
It's been consistent through all these years, and there's still people that have been on there from the beginning. And one of the clients that I had at the time in the personal section wound up finding his mate, and I don't know how many years, it's probably been about 5 or 8 years now since I had heard anything. But they wrote back and said, we met through your personals. And I was like,
you're a matchmaker.
That was the only one. So I was like, wow, that is incredible.
Really cool.
Yeah. I was really like, cool to know that it's, and I get impact and people see me out. I don't think that I have much of an impact. But people will see me out in public and they'll be like, I saw your video, or thank you for this is what you did, or and I'm just like, I've always been very behind the scenes. I'm not very in front. I usually don't, even when radio, TV, I've always been behind the scenes and doing things.
Okay.
So going on front of camera and doing it, but
well, thank you for coming in front of camera today. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
So really, it's kind of funny if you think about what you were doing back then. It was kind of like a chamber of commerce for Tampa Bay or St. Pete. Then you were doing kind of like a Craigslist personal ads and things like that. But I know right now your website also delves into other areas. So you've got like digital media, events. Maybe talk a little bit about what else is on your website.
So we really, over the years, there's been a lot that has, changed throughout, added things, subtracted things. And we used to have joke a day, fun things that you found on the internet, memes, all kinds of stuff. But, it pulled so much of my attention away from being able to go out. It's just been me in this business for the whole time. Wow. So I wear many, many hats.
Wow.
So it's always been, why am I spending 2 hours on a joke a day, a month when 5 people are visiting a joke a day?
Right.
Like, it just doesn't make sense to be putting all that effort in.
Yeah.
So over the years, I've kind of gotten rid of a lot of things and focused on the important stuff. And what I also didn't want to compete with Watermark.
Okay.
Listen, they're a big company. They make lots of money. They have offices here in Orlando. They have the budget, they have the staff, they have the people, and they're a great resource. Right. I mean, that's what, slightly my motivation for doing it was that they weren't visually online at the time.
Okay.
When they were out. So they've been a great, and I don't want to compete with that. We don't need to be doing the same stories.
Right.
We don't need to be covering the same events. I mean, we do mix and mingle, but it's not, I don't want to step on them. Mm-hmm. So I've really kind of focused my stuff. We have a redesign. We just redid our logo.
Oh, okay.
We have a redesign for the website probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
It'll be launching.
Okay, that's exciting.
So yeah, and we really focused on entertainment, the events, things that are going on in that area, and all of those type of things. Digital media is another one that all of our digital media content, the stuff, even when we share the Skittle Squad podcast,
that was awesome.
we get a lot of
Thank you.
We get a lot of feedback from people like, I love the content, and we have such great stuff coming out of Tampa Bay. I mean, it's for me, I've been really, really lucky to be able to pull all the things I've learned from the history, really focus it down, and now present what we have coming out in a few weeks. Like I said, presenting entertainment, special events, special news stories, things like that, our digital media, and then our directory of businesses that support the community.
And then for folks, I don't know if we've said this, what is the actual website address?
Okay, so we have tampabaygay.com.
Okay.
There's tbgay.com, which is just a shorter version. And then we've just added LGBTQ plus media.com, and that is more focused on just the digital content.
Okay.
And that's more of a national. We just kind of want to branch out a little bit more and give, outside of the Tampa Bay area, some access to what we offer here in Tampa Bay as far as media content,
You had mentioned that with COVID, you really took a hit with your relationships with the businesses in the community. How has that rebounded? How is it going now?
It's been slow.
Okay.
It's been slow. It's been a real struggle. With the redesign, it has kind of brought some fresh blood to the table. Some more people are interested in doing some advertising, which is great, and I welcome that, and I welcome those opportunities. Some of the nonprofits, I'm a huge... Basically, no nonprofit spends any penny to advertise on Tampa Bay Gay.
Okay.
We do have options where they can upsell banner ads and things like that, but for the most part in our directory, all of their events, all of their event pages that we create, all of that stuff is all done in an in-kind donation to them. But we've really kind of put a little bit more responsibility on their end now, making sure they share our content. Because one of the hardest things, and I don't know if this is true for you guys as well, but one of the hardest things is getting people, everybody knows, please like, share, and subscribe.
Right.
You could say it 1,000 times, and people don't understand the impact.
Right.
That comment, that share, it really does make an impact. It pushes those algorithms to say, hey, listen, Dave just liked this video, maybe you'll like this video.
Yeah.
Then you like it, and then they like it, or you write a comment, and somebody. So all of those things, and those organic things are, I don't care how much they try to charge you and say, hey, we're going to get you 5,000 views. Those views mean nothing in comparison to the ones we're initiating people to do things.
Exactly right.
And it's so, I go to these events sometimes and I hear queens saying, make sure you're going on our Instagram right now and following our page and this and that. And I'll be like, I just did your video with your event in it, and you never shared my video or liked it or commented it. But here you are saying everybody's got to get, and that's where we need to change. We really need to start support, if you're going to do it, how hard is it to go like, love, share.
It's easier than...
Share, right.
Yeah,
I mean, you're spending the time on there anyway. At least put the value back into our community.
And I think there's a challenge too, because there is so much going on in our community that I try to share as much as I possibly can on our website and our social media pages. But there are things that we just miss, and the algorithms, you never know what you're going to see in the algorithms and what you're not going to see. I may not even see what you have posted. Right.
So, and it goes back to what you said. It's like, if you like something, then I'm going to probably see it. I know oftentimes I'll be on Facebook, you'll like something maybe about Twinkies and cream wheat, and then I'll have it show up in my algorithm. So, I mean, really, it is true. It really is true. It makes a big difference.
It really does.
Wait, I have a question. So you won't have personal ads anymore?
Right.
Because I feel like David needs all the help he can get, in his dating life. So that kind of sucks.
Well, I mean,
oh my God,
there are some options for you.
Smooth.
All personals are the
real smooth.
So for all you guys out there, David's single.
Yes. Smooth, real smooth. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Just trying to help you, buddy.
You are helping.
Right now.
You are helping. Yes. This is definitely a personal ad. Oh my gosh. Wow. Smooth as butter. You are
getting
good.
to know Dave.
Do you like long walks on the beach and?
Well, I was gonna say, don't dip my Twinkie in cream. Anyway, just kidding. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Getting a little on track.
Funny. You are so funny. Oh my God, I love it. So you also are a massage therapist.
I am.
So you're doing both of these things at the same time.
So I do. So I worked, so while I was doing the website a little bit, at first I dove straight in, like it was my full-time job.
Okay.
But because there's such a large percentage of advertising that needs to go into that and promotion, I'm not that kind of person.
Okay.
I'm very much this is my product, this is what I have to offer.
Right.
This is what we do, take it or leave it.
Okay.
I'm not the, hey, hello. Just talked to you yesterday, gonna email you again, gonna call you and harass you. I'm just not that person. So maybe that hurts me in the end, but I've never been that kind of person to like push and get to that aspect of things.
Got it. Okay.
I guess that's where my fault is. I guess.
Well, they do say when you're selling, your cadence needs to touch the prospects at least 8 times.
Oh.
So anyway.
I'm failing that by 7. So
8 times, really? Is that
right? I'm just
8 touches.
Wow.
So for me, the advertising spot's always been very, very difficult to handle. So I had to go back to work. I had to go back to a full-time job. So I worked in title insurance for a while.
Okay.
And while I was doing that, it was trying to figure out how to maximize the website, work in title insurance, do that kind of thing, and the mortgage industry had its shutdown.
Yeah. What are you talking about in 08?
Oh, no, 08.
Yeah. Right.
So I said I had shattered my heel probably about 5 years before that, and I had no health insurance, and it was a big thing, but I did everything natural, holistic, went through massage therapy, and did wonders for me. I mean, I haven't had any surgery or anything, and we're here 20 plus years
that's amazing.
Since then.
Okay.
So I was really, really, really lucky in that aspect of things. And they closed the mortgage industry. The company I worked for closed. And I said, when I had gone through and seen everything I had, I said, if I ever lose my job in the mortgage industry, I'm going right back to school for massage therapy. And ask and you shall receive.
Yeah.
And boom, I was right into it. So that was very much my relax, my peace, because one job was so stressful and high energy, and the other one was such a calming. And so it's really not in addition to not being able to work full time, but still have full time,
right?
Because in massage, you do 20 hours of massage a week, you're toast, whereas you working 40 hours a week behind a desk, it's not so bad. So for me, it was nice to be able to do 20 hours of massage a week and then be able to focus on the website. So it was a nice break, and eventually after a few years of mixing them all together, I was able to say goodbye corporate America and hello to the website.
That's amazing.
Therapy.
Yeah, wow, that is really amazing. Yeah. And again, you're the only one working on the website.
Correct.
That to me is unbelievable. Yeah. And kudos to you for doing that.
Thank you.
And putting the time into that, because I do a little bit of work similar, so I understand the extensive amount of time that it has to take.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's like when you're doing these type of things, it's not only are you doing the back end work, you're like an administrative assistant.
Absolutely.
You're, emailing, calling, where's that content? Did you, like you said, did you share my link? Things like that.
Yeah.
So it's a
and then you have
job.
to mix in things, corporate who are very much like, we need answers to things right away. We're not going to you don't want extra questions, you know what I mean? So it's like, so it's been a fun journey.
So you also do digital search shows.
Yes.
So Closet Ball, Daphne and Friends, Bridging the Gap.
Yes.
So maybe tell folks a little bit about like what those are and how and what you're doing there.
So Bridging the Gap was an older radio. It started off in a radio show on WTAN, I think it was, out of Clearwater. It's an AM station.
Okay.
And it was Bridging the Gap. It was a straight lady, comedian, and it was a gay guy. We basically talked about topics and brought guests in on topics to kind of bridge the gap between the straight community and the gay community.
Yeah.
And we covered multiple topics, and so we started out on the radio show. I liked what they were doing. I liked the product they were putting out, and I said, hey, can I help somehow?
Oh, cool.
And they said, do you want to start producing for us? And I said, sure. So went on, did that for a few years, then we moved into public television space in Pinellas County.
Okay.
Did the television show there, produced, directed, and edited that for mostly, another 6 months. And then she wound up taking off to Orlando, and that kind of ended that.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Okay. And then we had Daphne during COVID.
Oh, okay.
She had a show called Daphne and Friends, a socially distant drag show, I think is what it was called.
Oh, okay.
And so she basically got queens from all over, queens and kings, anybody who performed from all over the U.S. To come on. She would host it, and she just did it in her living room. And so I created the graphics for those things, so they could get some pay and get some money going
Yeah, I know. Those queens really, I mean, it really hit them hard.
It was a shake. Yeah, it was a shake to everybody.
I remember talking with Brianna Summers, and she was doing shows like in the street, and the neighbors would just come out, and they would just sit on the sidewalk in their chairs, and I mean, people really had to get creative back then.
Oh yeah.
So thinking back over the last 20 years, I mean, did you have like a favorite project that you worked on, or like a favorite thing, or what's your favorite item to
honestly
work on
this
now?
Right now is probably I would say my favorite part of this business, because again, before I focused on so many other things, I really didn't get into what I wanted.
Oh, that makes sense.
You know, like I wanted to do, you know, media and news media is really what I wanted to get into. And so when I did this on my own, I kind of, because of the administrative side, the website building, the following up, the writing stories, all this other stuff, I kind of lost that ability to do the fun stuff, the projects that I like to do, which is the videos that I put out for the events, you know, things like that, recapping things. And I liked, again, more to be on the production side, but I like that freedom to have, and I lost that for so long. So when these videos started coming out, I was like, okay, I can have a little fun with these. I can have a little creative, you know, still getting the information out, but in a different way.
Yeah, that
makes
sense.
It's really, so this time is really what I enjoy the most, because it's really given me the freedom to be a little more creative in videos, give me more options to try things. And that was always, I loved editing and putting, you know, I loved putting a story in a package together to sell. You know, to sell something. So
I absolutely love video editing. It's just my passion. I wish I had more time to do it. Yeah,
and now it's so much easier. You used to have VHS, your little wheels, you got start, stop. Oh yeah, in, out, start, stop. Your audio levels you'd have to do yourself as the video's playing.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I didn't start video editing until probably like 8 years ago, so I feel like...
Well, you're lucky.
That is so
it's all
crazy.
drag and click. Yeah, and you have to watch things over and over and over, and now you can just skip to them.
You know what I would absolutely love to see, kind of nerding out for a second, is I would just love to see them editing like a reality show.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because the amount of footage that they get in, it has just got to be so intense.
I'm sure they have multiple producers probably.
Yeah, I'm guessing, you know, just like we have
sections.
Here with our show, I'm guessing they just have someone taking show notes, kind of like, okay, a minute marker, XYZ, you know, focusing on this. And then, as we mentioned, and I hate to bust everyone's reality bubble, sometimes it's not totally true.
Right.
So, you know, obviously
the response may be true, but what led up to that response may not be true. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm sure the editors are also following the story.
Right.
Because, you know, these reality shows, people I don't think realize have story writers.
Oh yeah. Multiple story writers.
So yeah, it's just
and probably multiple arguments about the writing before it even gets on set.
Right.
Yeah, it's so crazy when you think about reality shows like the Kardashians. You know, they moved from E over to Hulu.
Right.
And it was so funny because when they were at E, they didn't have creative control over the edit.
Oh.
So you got a lot more of the real of what was going on, and now with Hulu, they're fully in control of the edit, and I think we miss out on a lot. So for those Kardashian fans out there, just a little tip. Not that I'm I'm a huge reality fan.
Yeah, I was gonna say you are.
Yeah, I really am. How about you?
I like the old school stuff. I didn't like so much the newer, because of the whole staged, and maybe it's because I've worked in that field, so I've seen a lot of the, you know, you see how producers will encourage and you know, make things happen, and it's like, you know, so to me it's always I don't know. It's not. I like some of the ones I do. I love Dragula. I don't know if you guys.
Oh, I never heard of that. Okay.
No,
is that like
the Boulay Brothers?
VH1 or no?
I don't know who. I don't know who pushes that out.
I'll have to
it
check
might be
out.
Bravo, maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, so I like scary and horror and things like that, and they are two queens. They're partners, and they put out basically a drag reality competition show. But everything's horror. Everything's scary.
Oh, you would love that.
Everything's scary costumes. Everything is
I would definitely check it out. But that's up your alley for sure.
Yeah. So now that one I do like, but but some of them I'm not so.
You have to let me know.
Too much stage.
Find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's kind of a change of a topic here. It's a little bit sad, the whole incident at Bradley's happened this morning, and so we have been talking a little bit about safe spaces for the LGBTQ plus community. So when you think about that, what do you think being so ingrained into the community that we can do to keep these spaces alive and running?
I think probably the most important thing is, and when I say this, I don't mean you need to spend every single dollar you have, but I think really it's just a matter of going out and supporting these companies. Go to Bradley's, and I'm not saying you have to go there every week or every month, but stop in, say hi, buy a drink, maybe next month. Stop by a cocktail, buy a drink.
Right.
Maybe next month stop by a different place and have a drink.
Right.
It doesn't, but if you do it, and I do it, that's 3 visitors that they probably wouldn't have had.
Right.
And then you put 10 people to start doing that. And at least we're keeping that money within. I hear all these places that, now mind you, our allies are fantastic people. Some of our allies, I think, are better than some of our own in our community as far as support goes.
Right.
Those places, some of them aren't really our allies. Some of them are just trying to make that dollar off of us. So I think it's important to make sure that we sift out those people and really spend our money in the community, spend our money with allies that do support us, and really just get out and show them the support they need, because we're losing them a lot quickly here. And then we have incidents like Bradley's, where this comes in, and then it keeps people from wanting to go out and be in those spaces because they're scared. And that's okay to be scared. And that's okay. But we also need to know that our community, especially our community, is very much about helping each other at this time. Whenever things hit the fan, you can always depend on the gay community to be there for have your back. And it's absolutely. Like you may hear some stuff you don't want to hear too, but the majority of the people will have your back no matter what. And I think that those spaces allow for that, and that's why they are our safe spaces. And even though they are getting infiltrated, with people who don't support us, and you see that in some of the pride events and things like that, where they come out acting like they support, and then they switch the last minute just to get triggered responses from people.
True.
And it's just we need to really focus on our community and our businesses and our allies.
Definitely.
And that's just, if they're, besides share and comment, we really just do need to be sharing those spaces and say, hey, listen, I had a nice taco at this place, or go check it out.
Right.
And it doesn't hurt to try something new. And again, you don't have to be a dedicated, you don't have to, and if it's not great, that's okay too.
Right.
Or even just something simple like sharing that you were at a location.
Right.
I do that all the time.
You do.
Right.
Check in and say, hey, and I tag the Skittle Squad.
And again, then that shows that, hey, we've been here, and then somebody on the feed says, oh, I haven't been to cocktail in a few weeks, It looks like they're, check out the pool. Let's go down there and see it. You know what I mean? So that encourages that kind of thing. And that's what I think is the most important thing that we have, is really just getting out and supporting. We need to focus on our community. Yeah. Because so much of our community is being dissolved.
It is. Yeah. It really is.
And that's scary to me, because you have people that are still coming out. You have people that are still struggling. You have people that still need help. And it's just, and it's just when these safe spaces go away, it can be a little...
Yeah, and like I had mentioned, with the digital age right now, people are so siloed now.
Yeah.
And so, if you're not a bar person, you can go out to, they have the Hot Mess, they have Family.
Yeah, for sure.
You can do a sporting, they've got bowling, kickball, all these amazing things, or you could join the Gay Men's Choir of Tampa Bay.
Sure.
I mean, there's so many great things that you can do. I know, Paul and I being on the show, we do end up visiting a lot of places that maybe we wouldn't end up at.
For sure.
And I love, going in there, and like you said, even if it's just buying one drink, just supporting that business and then creating that awareness. And so it's great when we have folks like you come on, because really part of the show is just about highlighting the community.
Right.
So we do really, really, really need to make sure that we're supporting each other, especially right now. Yeah, absolutely. Paul, any other questions from you?
Who do you like to collaborate with? Because I know we had briefly talked about maybe doing Skittle Squad and Tampa Bay Gay doing some sort of collaboration. If you could collaborate with anybody?
So there's probably 2 parts to this. So I love I love doing things with my nonprofits. I think because they really need a lot of help. I think they need a lot of, they need as much visual help as they can get, because a lot of them are running on skeleton crews too.
Yeah.
So being able to help them out and focus. So I'm always open to more collaborations and doing any work with any nonprofit. So please reach out, please. But selfishly, I would love to. I'm a big hockey fan.
Okay.
So I would love to have the Lightning do something.
That's fun.
I know they do a lot with the previous Tampa Pride and some of the nonprofit Pride organizations throughout the area. So, and I've been involved with those, type of events. But I would love to see that kind of.
I went to my first hockey game earlier this year, the Lightning.
Okay, yeah.
And it was so unbelievably amazing.
I've never been.
Yeah.
I was shocked. Yeah. It's a full production.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, they put on an amazing show. Yeah, really, really great.
And a lot of fun. If you haven't been to a hockey game, it's very nonstop action.
It was a lot of fun. I was shocked. I was like, wow, sports ball. I like it.
Yeah, sports ball. I was just going to ask if they were soccer, because I was like, I don't know, Lightning.
Yeah.
Lightning
is
hockey. The name of the hockey team.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't know anything about sports, so.
So thinking back over all of the years, maybe do you have a funny story that you could share? Maybe something that happened that was just like something that comes to the top of your mind, or?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
So
there's so many different things that have happened throughout the years that have either made an impression or that I really enjoyed.
Right.
Or, like I've met some amazing people.
Right.
I've met some amazing celebrities. Some people are fantastic, and others I'm like,
not
sure I really wanted to meet you. I like your persona there.
Like who? Spill the tea.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Spill the tea.
Yeah, there's a few, not so many recent
of
years, but sometimes you can get the I don't know if it's media training or what it is, but you get the yes, let's definitely talk. Let's definitely get together and work on something.
Yeah.
And by the time I'm out that door, they have no idea who I am.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Yeah. Right.
Or they see you out and it's like, is this a gay bar? Like, what is going? Is Morgan the shade around here? So yeah, but I would say that for the most part, there's a lot of good stories that have happened throughout my life. But a lot of them probably are the people I've interacted with.
Yeah.
I love Pepper Mache. I don't know if you know who that is.
No,
I do know.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Pepper. She is one of the sweetest ladies around.
Okay.
And then I worked at Home Shopping. I met a lot of celebrities there.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, that was more the ones that were the yes to your face.
Right.
And then as soon as that green door
closes,
boom.
Yeah.
It's, who are you?
Right,
and
right.
It's like, so a lot of that. But yeah, it's been a lot of good stories, I guess.
Well, let's make sure that we call out all your socials.
Oh, yes.
So for folks that do want to dial in, how can they find you online?
So you can find me online at tampabaygay.com, LGBTQ+media.com. We have tbgay.com as a shortcut in case you don't want to type all that stuff in. But on our socials, we're on YouTube at Tampa Bay Gay TV. Facebook, X, and Blue Sky is at Tampa Bay Gay. Instagram and Threads is at Real Tampa Bay Gay because somebody already had my name.
Oh, okay.
But she's a nice girl. She's a sweet, sweet girl. And then TikTok, LGBTQ Tampa Bay.
Nice. Okay. We'll have to summarize all that on the
right
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. For folks to get that. That's great. Any other final questions from you?
No. If you'd like to be a guest on the Skittle Squad podcast, or you'd like to be a sponsor of the show, you can reach us at contact@theskittlesquad.com.
Dave, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank
we really
guys.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
And for all of our watchers and subscribers, please keep following, sharing out like we were talking about today. It makes a huge difference if you can like, share, and subscribe on all of our socials. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.